You are now listening to the iWalter Show. Real talk about nothing.
Alrighty, hey, it's Walter. It's Sunday evening at 5:59. I might have a guest on later on, so I might make this a two-part show. I am not sure yet, but if I do, it will be separate from my audio video cast. Anyway, couple things I want to mention. I am doing a video on this show tonight. Right now, I'm going to show you the people who actually can see this. I bought this on Amazon. Hey, I'm a big Doctor Who fan. I can't help it. Shoot me for doing something wrong. But yeah, it was one called The Space Museum and The Chase. They were like my favorite episodes. I was a kid at the time. I was actually like 16 years old when I first watched those. And they were on like they were on PBS, all right. They were on a UHF channel, and the signal was really poor. So, you could barely, you couldn't even see what was going on. I just remember it was one with the Daleks, and they were being chased around time and space. They were trying to get the Doctor, and the Doctor was trying to figure a way to outdo them. It was with William Hartnell. The dates of those, well, doesn't really give you the actual, it does. It was one of the longer ones, too. It was actually 6 parts, 146 minutes. And I'm trying to look at the time. I would say it was like, because he was only on until 66. I would guess, because I don't see it right off the top of my head. I'm not going to waste all my time looking for it either. I'd say it was probably like 1964. Oh, here we go. Originally transmitted April through June 1965. So I was a little close. I wasn't too far off. Hey, by the other way, another note. I just got my tires changed and my oil changed. I got a Volkswagen Tiguan. And got a really good, well, it was pretty expensive. They actually nail you more so for, the service charge. The tires were a really good deal. The guy actually steered me right. I actually get these tires called Yokohama Avid Ascend. Well, here I looked online. I was just curious how good the tires were, and lo and behold, I looked online and there's actually like a $60 mail-in rebate. So hey, I'm going for that. I'm going for the gusto. Anyway, I'm going out. I was in the house. I live like a hermit anymore. I just hate going out of the house because of the amount of stupidity on drivers. So I'm like driving down to Oaks Audubon to go to this place called the Buffalo Wild Wings. Lo and behold, this woman's tailgate me the whole time, going through lights and everything just to keep up on my butt. So it was like, okay, this is ridiculous. So I kind of moved over to the one lane, passed somebody, and went back into the lane I wanted to be in. This lady follows me, and then she tries to cut in front of me. It's like, you know what? You have another thing coming because you're definitely not cutting in front of me. The way you drive, you should be off the road. You shouldn't even have a driver's license. So lo and behold, I pre-ordered my stuff so I can come home, watch my Doctor Who. And what happens, there's a Target across the street from this one in Oaks, this Buffalo Wild Wing. So this guy's going on the other side. He's ready to he has his left-hand turn signal on his direction, which would be my right. I'm making a right-hand turn, which would be his left. So he is in the right-hand turning lane coming his direction, which is the opposite of mine. He's coming from Target. So the man sees me making my right-hand turn. The last second, he gets out of the turning lane, which he was ready. He just turned his signal on to go, and decides to go straight and drive straight into me. I was like, you are fucking ridiculous. I apologize. I slipped. Please forgive me for that. But that just really pissed me off. So I'm like looking, am I the only one who sees what's going on when you see these people in really expensive $100,000 cars, and they probably are living on welfare? So I thought it was just me, so I had to find an article to prove myself right. Lo and behold, I look online, I find this website called www.complainboard.com. Anyway, it says government EBT cards limits. And this is what somebody wrote. It's a complaint board. Hello, everyone. This is a serious issue everyone needs to be aware of and take some steps in to stop this. I have my own stores, and I have customers using EBT cards. I see people driving Mercedes-Benz, BMWs, and all Lexus cars wearing costly costumes, fragrances, shoes, and all that, and even their food stamps. The worst is that people get $500 to $2,300 a month from the government. I am an owner. Still, I think twice to buy something for my kids, and these guys don't need to work because they get more than 70% of people's salary. I've been saying this, and somebody else is finally complaining about it on this complaint board. Anyway, it says, I don't know how they are getting approved with this amount and don't know what the government is. They misspelled. I mispronounced, but they misspelled. Is not taking steps for them. I can't read anymore because I'm sorry. This has got a lot of grammatical errors in it. Anyway, there is a plethora of people complaining about what I complain about, driving BMWs, Mercedes-Benz, Lexuses. They don't have a job, and they're driving these expensive cars. This is ridiculous. Now I found an article. I should look at the post date on here. It's 3 years. No, yeah, it is. It's 3 years old, and it's gotten worse. It hasn't gotten better. It's gotten much worse, folks. So, yeah, anyway, the rest of the stories are not on my side of my party, I guess, so to speak. Maybe one is, because it does say Patriot Update is the web link. It was posted yesterday. I'm just going to read. It's just going to be fluff tonight. It's not going to be much on the entertainment side as far as I can see. Students being suspended for opting out of Common Core test. This was Saturday, April 25th, 2015. It reads, wow, you need to listen to the interview with the tirade superintendent. This is why my kids will not go to government schools, a.k.a. public schools. Check it out. I'm going to read a little bit of this. The rest you can find on the Patriot Update. Parents of students at the Library High School in West Virginia are receiving phone calls from the school indicating that their child will be suspended if they opt out of the Common Core testing next week. And it goes on. Eric Mendet, I can't pronounce that name. I apologize. But posted his thoughts, HT conservative bites, after receiving a phone call from the principal. I'll read that. Again, you can find it on the Patriot Update. The rest you can read if you're interested. Anyway, it said, I just received a phone call from the Library High School school's principal regarding my decision to opt Joshua out of the common. And then it just got little dots, means there's something else that they just kind of left it at that. Posted by Eric L. Mita on Thursday. I apologize for messing up your name. April 23rd, 2015. Superintendent Mark Manchin called into Mike Queen show on WAJR and confirmed that actions would be taken against students who would opt out of, saying it would allow kids to opt out of other rules the school has, such as smoking in front of the school. There's very little bit more, but I'm not going to botch it anymore. So I don't know how to take that, but yeah, this person actually called into his local radio show. Okay, that's the same story. I might have deleted one. Anyway, some stories, I just figured I'd put them out there. This is Huffington Post crime, and this is April 26th, which is actually today. You know what? I don't really like the Huffington Post, but I'll give it a little bit of space. I have not much else to fill my show tonight. It states Virginia jail bans use of tasers after Natasha McKenna's death. So it kind of caught my eye. I figured I'd just read a little bit. It states that the Virginia jail where a shackled woman with mental illness was stunned with a taser soon died after has banned the use of the device, after it was banned. On February 3rd, Natasha McKenna was shocked with a taser 4 times while deputies at the Fairfax County Adult Detention Center tried to get her to transport into a transport vehicle to take her to another jail. Well, if the woman's got mental illness, that's a shame. That is a real shame because, you shouldn't be putting her in jail. You should put her in some type of mental institution and dealing with that. She was an African American. I feel bad for the poor woman. Yeah, I'm not saying the justice system is right. There is a lot of corruption in there, but this is one case. Unfortunately, I can't speak either way. I feel bad. I feel sorry. I don't know what to say. It's a shame. I'm not thinking the right words. I'm going on to the next story before I put my foot in my mouth any further. But that was a very sad story. I needed to post that on my radio show and on my video cast. Next story, myphilly.com. Why a 14-year-old Minneapolis biker is glad that he wore his helmet. Read a little bit about this. This is on Fox Philly. Minneapolis, thankfully, the 14-year-old Minneapolis boy listened to his mother when she told him to wear his bike helmet. I never like putting on my helmet on because I feel like I don't really need it. I'm glad that I put it on yesterday, Nellis Lee said. Basically states that at 14 and averaging about 600 miles on his bike each year, Noah said one block from Sanford Middle School changed his perspective forever. A driver that might had not seen him cut him off and set him flying, basically is what it's stating. So, yeah, somebody actually hit him. He swirled behind the vehicle and tried to miss the curb, but he didn't. And he smashed into a tree. Traveling about 15 miles an hour, he slammed his head and knocked out some of his teeth. He'll need multiple root canals and up to 6 months to recover. However, it was clear that he was cleared of concussions mainly because he was wearing his helmet. So I won't read any more, but this kid basically wearing a helmet actually saved his life. So anybody that's younger who may be listening to this show, just giving you a heads up, definitely wear your helmet if you're riding your bike. I mean, it's a shame. Years ago, you really didn't have to, but with these idiots on the road nowadays, especially the ones on the EBT cards that are driving recklessly in their BMWs and other very expensive cars that are coming out of taxpayers' pockets, yes, you got to watch yourself, kids. Alrighty, this was an interesting story. FoxPhilly.com once again. Photos. Massive gator hides out near Palomito home during storms. Another day, it reads, another day, another gator. Pretty funny. Some new pictures are getting a lot of attention online after some Florida residents had another close encounter with a massive alligator. The Palomito Police Department posted the images on their Facebook page Thursday night, saying a resident in Terracea Golf and Country Club had an unexpected visitor after the storms. And it shows you photos, too, by the way, folks, of this large gator down in Florida. I guess you would expect gators, but yeah, I guess from the rain it kind of went into this private resort or country club. Yeah. Alrighty, another interesting story from the Huffington Post crime. Sorry for all the negative news tonight, folks. New video shows New York City's teen 3 years of hell in, it looks like, Rikers Island Jail. Huffington Post posted 4/23/2015. Anyway, it says New York, Calif Broder spent 3 years in New York City's notorious Rikers Island Jail complex on a robbery charge that was ultimately dismissed. Broder was 16 when he was put behind bars in 2010, while his friends in the Bronx finished high school. Broder was in and out of solitary confinement, where he spent an accumulative 2 years. He told Huffington Post last year that the guards starved him and punished him for repeated suicide attempts. That is not the way you deal with things, folks. I don't know. There is more to this story. It is actually a pretty lengthy story. This poor kid, though, that is ridiculous also. And that's by Christopher Mathis, it looks like. So good job for the story. Hopefully this kid, I didn't read the whole thing. There's more to it. Again, it's on the Huffington Crime Post, and it was actually put up today. Next story. This is perfect for me, folks, because I'm right in this alley. This was April 20th, 2015. It was actually in the New York Times, Europe story, but it was in the New York Times. Empty nest in Slovakia. It may begin when the child is 35. Well, try more like close to 50. You're getting around my thing. It looks like it's Slovakia. I'm not going to pronounce these names. Again, you can read this on the New York Times online or on my webpage. Jolif Izzo, sorry about messing up your name, sitting on a small platform bedside his desk while his mother busily puttered around in an adjoining room, said that there were definitely pulses in minutes to living with your parents when you were 20 or 29 years old. I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's pretty lengthy, but yeah, I guess people are staying at home longer is what it's trying to state. I'm trying to get to the meat of this story. I should have probably kind of proofread this a little. Okay, I'm going to read down. If you want any more, I'm going to get to the meat of this story. It basically states that the recent rise in the number of adult children still living at home with their parents is a trend not confirmed to the former communist states of Eastern Europe, but they do seem to have perfected it. Last year, the United Census study drew considerable attention when it revealed that 15% of adults 25 to 34 were still living with their parents. And a recent Office National Statistics study in Britain also inspired much-handed winging when it revealed a similar figure. But that's nothing. In Slovakia, 74% of adults 18 to 34 years old, regardless of employment or marital status, still live with their parents, European Commission statistics show. And among older adults, those 25 to 34, 57% reside at what is referred to here as hotel mama. And Bulgaria, it is 51%. In Romania, it's 46%. In Siberia, it's 54%. And Croatia, the chart topping 59%. So there's more to this. Yeah, there's more and more adults living with their parents much, much longer, almost all their life. I should know. I have no room to speak. Hey, if anybody can let me know, I've been dying to look because I love Daredevil. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. So I am looking for, those shirts that Under Armour puts out, like the ones they're called, I call them superhero shirts. They're basically the form-fitted shirts. I want to find one with Daredevil, not some chintzy one. I want a really good one. So if anybody's listening, please let me know where to get one because I love that show. So anyway, this was pretty funny. And I got to thank, before I even read this woman on my Facebook page. I love her for her stuff. She actually posted this thing that says Hillary Clinton for prison 2016. I have to laugh. When I find her name, I'm going to state it because she is a wonderful woman. She gives me a lot of good information. I copy it off her page and put it on mine. So when I find her name, I'm definitely going to have to acknowledge her, and I will. Anyway, IJ Review, Hillary asked people to put free bumper stickers on their cats. I swear to God, that's what it says. Here are sarcastic responses. So they show a picture of a cat with the Hillary sticker on there. It's pretty funny. It's been cut and paste. It's not really been put on the poor thing. Anyway, Hillary Clinton call your office, or better yet, people for ethical treatment of animals. The 2016 presidential candidate and adversary set off a firestorm Friday when her campaign suggests that supporters place their free limited edition I3 Hillary stickers on the backs of American favorite feline friends. I swear that's what it states, and that's on IJ Review. God, that is fucking ridiculous. I slipped again, folks. It's going to get a, bumper sticker on there from me. I'm going to have to put that the contents was inappropriate just because of that. Anyway, I think I read most of my stories. I did say I was going to acknowledge this woman who I love dearly. She's a wonderful woman. I'm going to look for her name. And it's not coming up. Isn't that great? So, but I steal everything from her. So, in a loving way, though, because she is great. And now when I'm looking for her name, and I'm running out of time, I'm not finding it. So, yeah, if you see most of my posts, I got to acknowledge her, and I'm not finding it. So next time I see her, maybe even later tonight, I'm going to have to just put a plug in for her. So that was like my main story. Yeah, my friend, we're going to go back sometime. We were looking for the Pennhurst cemetery. A friend found it, so he said he promised to take me back. I'm going to do like a video cam / podcast on that when it comes up. So I'm sorry I'm drawing the blanks. I was just hoping to find the friend on Facebook. Oh, God, I gotta say this one. Okay, Debbie Cortez. Love the woman. Check out Debbie Cortez's webpage. It's incredible. The lady, I can't acknowledge her. Debbie, thank you so much for the stuff you post. It is incredible. I'm going to have to fit this in somehow by hook or by crook, and I'm actually running to the 20-minute mark, which isn't too bad. This is the Radio Times, posted 10 hours ago. If you thought running a marathon was hard, try doing it with one of these costumes. The man is running the marathon in a TARDIS. Man dressed as TARDIS leads the race of wacky London marathon costumes. And yes, that was in the Radio Times. Folks, that went right on my Facebook page. Hey, it's Doctor Who. What do you expect? By Susan Lorzaris. Sorry about messing up your name, Susan. Susanna. Anyway, I'll read a little bit of it because I read the title. Well, all know Doctor Who fans are dedicated. But this is dedicated, not content with pushing his body to the limit by completing a 26.2-mile London Marathon course this morning. Running Thomas Bolton has chosen a Don A. TARDIS. So, dude, I can't thank you enough. Thank you for wearing that TARDIS for 27 miles almost. I think that's incredible, dude. So thank you so much. You made my weekend just with that alone. Hopefully you liked my podcast and my show, and I will catch up with you later. Okay, have a good weekend. I might be back.